Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey, and today we're playing the great wonderful Risk of Rain. You may have heard of this game. Came out quite a little while ago. It's like 10 bucks on GOG, which is the place you should buy it if you do decide on buying it. But yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start playing the single player. And as you can see, I have some of the characters unlocked. You may have no idea what's going on here. But I don't want to explain too much right now. All you should probably know, if you don't even know a thing or two about this game, is that I'm playing with the first character that you all unlock when you start playing, and I'm on the hardest difficulty with a few artifacts. They're kind of like skulls in Halo, if you have any idea what that is. Oh, we started like really high up on the top. But I kind of want to do something on my channel here where I can sort of half-ass things, and that probably sounds horrible, which it is, but the main idea behind my experience here is I want to be able to play a game every day and kind of do what Northern Lion does with his Binding of Isaac videos, right? He just plays and has fun, and it's like a roguelike game, which is what this is, and I have not practiced in a while. But I am very much in love with this game. Risk of Rain is something that I've been playing for a while now. I've played it for like, I think a little less than 20 hours, which, I don't know, maybe that's not that much time to put into a game, but for me these days, I just don't have very much time, and so that is quite a lot of time for me, but this game is absolutely goddamn wonderful. So I had to adjust the volume there a little bit. It was a bit loud, but yes, this game is absolutely just wonderful. You can see in the top right corner there, again, if you're not used to playing this game, or if you've never heard of this game, I've already played for 1 minute, and this is not going to be the ideal, amazing, like, super awesome meta speed genius ultra run. Lots of different words there, but yeah, I am absolutely in love with this game, and you'll already notice that it is kind of a crazy 2D side-scrolling, shoot-'em-up, crazy boss like wielding, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but it's a crazy good game. It is a roguelike of sorts, and I don't want to put too many different genres into it because it is sort of a, I don't know, it's sort of a different game, I would say. Generally speaking, it does some really interesting things with the roguelike genre, but I just love this game so much that I haven't loved a game like this in a really, really long time, and I just wanted to start recording videos again, and I do have some playthroughs on my channel, but I just want to do something simple like this. It's a roguelike, so I can play it like, you know, once a day, and it won't get boring because it's totally random, and, well, it's not totally random. It's definitely not as random as a typical roguelike. This game would probably be called a roguelite, but again, I don't want to put too many different I don't want to throw this game into too many different labels just because, you know, like why stereotype things and why label things, and you can just play it and have fun. So right here, that's the teleporter. I'm already going to activate the boss, and I understand if you have no idea what's going on right now. All you should know is that I'm on the highest difficulty, and I'm probably going to die. That's just how it's going to happen. But yeah, I'm not doing too good of a job of explaining what's happening right now, and I'm perfectly okay with that because, you know, I'm okay with, the point of roguelike sort of games like this is, you know, you're awful at it in the beginning, and you should never play on the hardest difficulty when you first start playing. But like I said, I've been playing for quite a little while now, and I've gotten much, much better, and I do believe that that was one of the reasons that I started playing this game so much. Not started playing, but, you know, really began to enjoy playing this, oh wow. I just can't even word right now, and I just died. But we're gonna keep playing because, you know, I've only been recording for like 3 minutes. So we're gonna try again, still with the commando, and I'm not very good with the commando. It's been a really long time since I've started playing with the commando. But yeah, what I love about this game, what I was trying to say as I was just, you know, getting slammed by that boss. Let me open this guy up. Oh, I did. Is that this game really has a good sense of progression in actual skill. Like, the way you play this game, if you play for long enough, you will notice yourself improving, and that's any good roguelike. Any good game that takes skill, I would say, has, you know, maybe a relatively low skill floor. This game's skill floor is pretty low, I would say, but the skill ceiling is also really high, and that's really awesome. because you'll start to notice huge changes in the way you play. And sorry if you can hear my keyboard. I switched my keyboard out for my shitty one so that you wouldn't hear the mechanical clickety-clacks of my real keyboard that I normally use. I'm doing just so bad right now. We're going to use our item that we just picked up, which is an amazing item. I really prefer getting the missile launcher because it's just so good, and it works just like the ability that one of the other characters has, the engineer. We'll get to him later. But like I was saying, this game, if you played enough, you can really start to get a sense of improvement, and that I have not found in many games recently that I've been playing. I mean, I haven't been playing that many games recently, but it's kind of something that, I don't know, like, I just don't find that in too many games these days, where you play, you know, for maybe 5 hours, and you feel like you've just been doing the same thing, like, nothing has changed. Maybe the levels have gotten different, maybe the enemies have gotten different, but you are essentially pressing the same buttons and tactically going about things exactly the same as you were in the very beginning of the game, and that's kind of stale, you know? It gets sort of repetitive and annoying, and that's what this game, I think that's the strength of this game, is even right now, I put 20 hours into this game, I'm still shitty with the first character you get. Like, this is probably the character I've spent the most time playing, and I'm still awful at him. And that should probably kind of shed a light on how, I don't know, I could call this game deep, and it certainly is deep to some degree. It's just really a lot of fun to play. As you play, you will get better. It's a lot of fun to play and see that progression is kind of what I'm trying to not so eloquently communicate to you guys. But if you haven't played this game, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. And if you do buy it on GOG. I only say that because it's DRM free and the devs are really cool guys. This was a Kickstarter game initially, actually, but it has been out for quite a little while. And like I said, wow, I'm just getting stomped by these guys. But yeah, essentially this is a kind of typical roguish sort of game in that you have different characters that you can play as, and you only have one unlocked in the very beginning, and not doing a super good job of communicating what I'm doing right now to those who don't know what I'm doing right now, but I have unlocked a whole bunch of crazy shit that's changing the way I play. I already have a usable item, so I can't pick up that other one that's over there, but I will use my dealios again. Wow, I'm just doing not great, which is okay. It's totally... Oh, yep, died again. See, that's what happens when you play a character that you're not very good at, and you play on the hardest difficulty. So what we're going to go ahead and do is keep playing, and this is what I'm talking about, a sense of improvement. We might actually witness me improving just over this one episode. How amazing and magical would that be? Not to get so like weird and sentimental. But yes, we are playing on the hardest difficulty, and I haven't been playing on the hardest difficulty for that long, and this is the kind of game where I play for like a week, and then I just sort of stop. And the difference between, I guess, this game and many others that I've been playing recently is I'll play for like a week, and then I'll just stop and never come back to a game, whereas this game, it just really is a lot of fun to play. I've got some crazy shit happening. I have this little artifact that makes enemies explode when they die, and they don't just explode, they like drop bombs that, like, you know, you know what I mean. You've seen it happen quite a few times in this video, but it gets really insane. And when you kill a boss, I think it works as the more HP they have, the more bombs they drop, but it's insane when you kill a boss. Bombs are just everywhere, and you can literally kill yourself just because of that. So I think all of the artifacts are kind of a risk versus reward type situation, like everything in this game is. Risk of Rain for a reason. It's titled that because you have the risk, well, actually, I don't exactly know why it's called Risk of Rain. Particularly the rain part I'm not sure about, but definitely risk in that the longer you spend, the harder the game gets. And it gets harder in many more ways than one, in the sense that it gets more difficult, kind of like a difficulty slider in a typical game. The game literally increases in difficulty the longer you play it. In the top right corner, you can see that indicator there. But it also gets more difficult as you play if you defeat bosses and travel onto other levels. And a point I wanted to make before I started recording was this game's soundtrack is something that I grew later after playing for quite a while to love, but initially I did not love it very much because it just seemed like really repetitive and annoying, and like it just wasn't all that dynamic and interesting. And it's because I spent so much time on this one level. And if I were to shut up long enough for you to hear the music, if you haven't heard it before, you would hear that this first level is always the same song, and it just loops. And it's a really good song, like, by all means, it's a really good song. Let's get the, I think that's a regenerating health thing? Yes. The whole item situation right now is very different from if you were to start playing, but I can talk about that in a second. But yeah, the music changes depending on what level you're on, and if you're just dying like I have been, and you're just playing the first level over and over and over again, because the only way you get to the next level is if you defeat the boss, and as a newcomer to this game, which I'm not, but if you were a newcomer, it's really, really hard to just get past the very first level. Like, even doing that's really difficult. And so, you'll be playing this game and you'll think, God, the soundtrack is like, lots of people have said it's amazing, if you have heard people say it's amazing, but it's really not. It's like, so whatever, but that's just because you've been hearing the frickin' first song over and over again. Once you get to the other levels, the music, to me at least, it just gets better and better and better. Like, this first soundtrack, this first song is pretty damn good, but the second one is amazing. It sounds so freaking cool. And then if you can finally get to the third one, and I should have activated this teleporter like 5 hours ago, but this is my least favorite boss, by the way. Wandering Vagrant. I tried to defeat the like big Titan-y guy the second time in this video. The second time I was alive, I mean to say. And that's by far the easiest boss, the fact that I'm just not paying attention to what I'm doing, really. I'm paying attention to the commentary. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. But yeah, I think I was still talking about the music. Basically, my point is, the music just gets so much better because as you progress in the game, you progress to levels that you haven't been to before because it's so hard to progress in this game. And so you'll hear new music that you've like never heard before. So half the fun and even progressing in this game is just being able to hear the stupendously good music that comes from the later levels, and I think that's something really funny. And the music loops really well. It's not like super annoying to hear. I mean, I honestly really like this song. It's grown on me quite a bit. But the later music is just, oh, it's so freaking good. And that probably has a lot to do with the fact that I don't hear it every time I play this game. Because I don't progress to the next levels every time I play. As you can see, even right now, I'm not actually doing that great, and I'm only on the first level. That's how freaking difficult this game can be. But we are on the hardest difficulty, and that's pretty much why. I'm freaking awful right now. I usually play a different character, and the reason I'm not playing as a different character, I'm gonna go back to the main menu. I just want to pause for a moment. So you kind of get an idea of what the game's like if you have never played it. Let's look at the item log. If you understand kind of how roguelike or roguelite games work, you understand that there are different items that you can get. They're randomly generated. I have an artifact. If we go over here, I have an artifact that items are no longer random. If we turn that off, I'm going to turn off all the artifacts and go on Rainstorm, which is the medium difficulty, basically the normal difficulty. And if you go on the easiest one, I've actually beaten the game on the easiest one. It's the only time I've ever beaten the game, and you don't get achievements or anything like that, because it really is easy. But before we do play again, I just want to, it's kind of a weird menu choice how you do that. Go to item log. You can see that there are quite a lot of items. It may not seem like there's that many, but over my... so you can see here I've played the engineer the most out of all of my games. Those are all the characters I've unlocked. I've only played Handy, the robot guy. I've only played him once, which is unfortunate, and the sniper twice. Sniper is so hard. But, let's see here. Yeah, I've played the game for, and I don't understand why they did it in, like, minutes and seconds, I want to say that is, but I've played for 1,147 minutes and 46 seconds, I think is what that is. I have no idea why they did it like that and not just, you know, tell you how many hours, so you have to calculate it, but I have calculated that several times. That is just under 20 hours. I think it's like 17 or 18. And then here are the unlockables. These are basically achievements that you can get through different characters. Actually, some of them are for characters, some of them are just general achievements, and you can see what I've already done. If you probably pause the video, you can take a look there. But essentially, this game has real achievements that when you get them, and you won't get many of them, also you can see in less than 20 hours I've gotten 53%, which, you know, maybe is holy crap, you've gotten 53% in less than 20 hours, that's amazing. Or maybe it's holy crap, you've played this game for 20 hours and you're only halfway through. Yeah, this game is huge. At least it's time consuming, but in a good way. It doesn't feel repetitive. But then again, I've always sort of enjoyed repetitive things. Like, everyone calls the first Assassin's Creed game really repetitive, and the Far Cry 2 really repetitive, and I even have a playthrough right now on Far Cry 2, and I love both of those games. I think the first Assassin's Creed, I don't know if the first Assassin's Creed is the best, but I really like that game, and everyone says it's really repetitive, so maybe I'm not the one to talk about when it comes to repetitive things, but I really like this game. And I can't quite remember. No, I do actually. I was gonna start talking about the characters a little bit. Oh yeah, this is good because now you'll understand how items work without the artifact turned on. The artifact I was using, I know I'm jumping around in topics, I'll get to all of them. But the artifact I was using, and we do have enough money to open up this case, so I will after I defeat these guys here. I always forget what the enemies are called, but they're very distinct and interesting. Okay, so meat nugget, right? This freaking item sucks. I hate this item. It's never been useful to me. At least I've never noticed it being significantly useful to me. And the reason that other artifact, see, I can get health from these meat nuggets, so I guess it's all right. I don't know. But the artifact let me open up boxes, and it let me choose the item I got. So that, I mean, I don't know if you can understand how that works, but it's really, 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 really useful to be able to choose what item you get. And I only have 24 gold. That sucks. So I doubt the boss is going to be over here, right where I spawned. Of course it's not, so I'm going to kind of... The first thing you want to do when you start playing this game is find the boss, because I'm already a minute and a half into this this playthrough, you know, into this level, this first character, and it gets really, really hard the more you play. So you want to basically speedrun this game. At least that's one tactic. Some people farm, and I've always hated the word farming in games. Like, whenever you mention farming, I'm just like, oh god, no, please. But, yeah, so some people just stay in the first level and farm and farm and farm, and they'll collect all the item boxes and they'll just keep farming. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I think you have to get this one item that allows a certain kind of enemy to drop items, and then that farming would make sense. Anyways, we're kind of talking tactics right now. We don't need to, but my main point is, can I get over here, by the way? No, of course I can't. That would be cool. Main point I was trying to make is being able to choose the items you get allows you to basically pick your favorite items, or maybe if you think the game is unbalanced, the best items. This game seems pretty balanced, but there are definitely items preferable to others for sure. At least in my experience. And I'm certainly not like the best player by any means, but I have, well, I was about to say I have beaten the game, but it was on easy mode, so I don't think that counts. But and it wasn't even a character that I was good with. I just decided to play on easy mode one day. Holy shit! Do you even understand how awful that is? Look at my HP. It just went down, like, so quick. Oh, I love when I do that. Just, like, blast so many enemies. They all die. I really hate this guy because he can't be stopped. You know, he doesn't collide with anything. Him and the worm are just, like, the worst. But the worm's a little bit easier because he gives you time to relax. At least, kind of. You guys haven't seen the magma worm yet. Just you wait. That guy is freaking awful. God, this boss just sucks. That's how I died. Nope, it wasn't. Amazing. Oh, gosh. Yeah, when you dodge with this character, and every character is real. That's a really good item. Don't die. Don't die. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, what does that item do? We can see if we use our mouse, which is horrible. Always critically strike an enemy, or always critically strike an enemy when they're at low health. So that's really nice. It's kind of a pick 'em off sort of item, which is really useful, but not as much for bosses. I guess it is when they get into that exponential health sort of crisis that hopefully he will get into. But yeah, this guy is a complete bitch. I'm just killing him, like, softly, if that makes sense. Slowly and surely, but yes. items in this game are very much the factors that will allow you to win or lose. It's definitely not like, I've heard a game that's sort of recently come out called Darkest Dungeon. It's not quite like that to where you will just get screwed, like just because the random number generator screws you. This is a game of skill for sure. And you can get whatever items and still do great if you're good enough. Of course, I'm not good enough, so I depend on items to kind of carry me through. But, oh my god, I still might die. This is so bad. Are you kidding me? I'm on normal mode. Okay, I have not played the Commando in a while, and this might be frustrating to you if you hate, like, you know, my soul, and you've, like, played this game for 100 hours, and you're just like, holy shit, this guy sucks. First off, I haven't played in a little while. That's probably the biggest reason I'm doing so terrible, but also because the Commando is never my favorite character, and I was going to talk about characters earlier, and you'll play, I mean, it depends on how much you game the system. I never looked up how to unlock things in this game, so when I did start unlocking characters, and again, the Commando, this guy I'm playing as right now, he is the first character you have. You don't unlock him, he's initially unlocked. And then as you progress, you will unlock characters. All the different characters have different abilities, and they completely change the way you play. They really do. And by far, my favorite that I've unlocked so far is the Engineer. But we'll play him in a little while. I just wanted the people who have never seen this game, I just wanted to make a less spoilery sort of first episode for my series here. And again, I do hope this series will be like a daily thing for me. So if you are enjoying it, make sure you know, you're you know, like into the series, because I will be hopefully uploading multiple episodes a week or so. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of want to do roguelikes in general, maybe not just this. Oh, good lord, this is a great item. Anyways, I was trying to talk about the characters. When I was playing this game, I noticed that once I unlocked my first character after the Commando, I sort of burst, like, a whole bunch of different characters, like, relatively quickly. But it wasn't, like, within my first hour or second or even third. It took a while to unlock even the second character. So I was playing the Commando for a long, long time, and, I sort of just stuck through it, I guess. Oh, thank God. This is the easiest boss by far. I don't know. I mean, I didn't, like, not like the Commando. He's definitely powerful if you, like, know how to use him. But he's really difficult, I think, compared to some of the other characters. Like, the Engineer, I can for sure always get to the second level because he has these mines that you can drop, and they will just destroy a boss. I mean, they will just ruin any boss. So the Engineer, I think, is probably the easiest character, I would say. Certainly, I play my best when I'm playing the Engineer. But as you can see here, like, this is a really easy boss. I'm just, like, murdering him right now. And I think it does depend on the boss sometimes, but yeah, it's difficult. I mean, if I was trying to play this game optimally, I would, like, be sort of trying to get all the different items, but really, I just want to show you guys the second level, because the second level soundtrack is so good. This whole soundtrack is really good, but the second level soundtrack, the second level song, I should say, is amazing. But yeah, as long as you dodge at the right time, that's pretty much the whole skill of this character. And we defeated the boss. And that guy, or that item, is really good, I think. So we'll get a few items before we go through the teleporter. Ideally, you would get every single item in the level, but that takes a lot of time, and I really don't have the time right now to do that. So I'm just going to sort of take the quick route, and instead of gathering and farming all of the different, and as you can see, I have to defeat all of the remaining enemies to transfer to the next level. But yeah, ideally you would go throughout the entire level and just as quick as you possibly can gather all of the items so that you can be, you know, as strong as possible for when you do get into the second level. But yeah, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to do that quickly, especially when you're trying to make invigorating commentary. Yep, you're done. Okay. I love how you can dodge in midair. It's like physics doesn't matter right now, does it? There we go. Alright, get that guy, and really quickly, I'll just see if there's any items close. Doesn't look like it. And so we will travel to the next level, even though I have 123. Well, we'll activate this, this weird, obelisk type deal. Oh, nice. Come on, one more. Come on. There we go. Run faster. That's always good. So the commando is actually a really quick, agile kind of character, and the engineer, the one I've been mentioning is my favorite, is a really slow character. Just thought I'd mention that because I got that item there. I think it's like some kind of like weird fist. Yeah, it doesn't tell you what the item's called, but that allows me to run faster, and I just remembered that that's always a really good item to get as the engineer, because as a slow character, it's really awesome to be able to run faster. And I've already defeated that guy. That was pretty great. Finding the teleporter this quick in the level is really nice, because that means it's still going to be very easy, the magma worm. So you guys can see every single boss in the early stages, which is cool. So you saw the big Titan guy, you saw the horrible wandering vagrant, and the magma worm, which are pretty much the initial bosses that you'll be fighting. And if I had better items, this would definitely be a lot easier, but I don't, so that's okay. Ooh, look at that. But yeah, you see how much HP, you saw how much damage he was doing when he was like colliding with me. On the hardest difficulty, Monsoon, I would have died, for sure I would have died, because I got hit like 3 times really quickly. So yeah, don't play on the hardest difficulty initially. You will just want to blow your brains out. And yeah, this is a fairly odd game in that it controls completely on the keyboard. My left hand is on the letter keys, and my right hand is on the arrow keys. And I don't know why I kind of mentioned that. The only reason I do is because I remember when I first started playing this game, that was kind of a weird control scheme. I guess because every game these days uses the mouse, so to play a game like this sort of reminds me of my childhood playing like other games that didn't have so much mouse support. Maybe that was because mouses like weren't, I don't know. I guess like a lot of games I played in my childhood, I guess I played a lot of Flash games. No, Flash games even have mouse support. Wow, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I am so bad. I'm gonna cut it off here, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this video. I want to do these like every day, so that's kind of my plan here. Maybe I won't be playing Risk of Rain every single day. Maybe like FTL and other rogue-like games that, you know, are fun to replay and replay over and over again. Again, I want to kind of go for a Binding of Isaac type thing, but I don't like the Binding of Isaac very much. I'm just horrible at that game. And believe me, I am not horrible at Risk of Rain. I just happen to be horrible today because I'm playing the Commando. I think next episode, we're going to play as a different character. As you can see, I have quite a few of them unlocked. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't mean to do that. I hope to see you next time, and, you know, have a great day. Continue living. Don't get into a car crash. That would be terrible. And if you don't have cars where you're from, you know, just drink lots of water, because I hear that's really healthy for you. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you soon.